OU? More like, oh, you suck.
Happy Wednesday,
Hey.
and welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils Show. I'm Anthony Totri, joined as always by the one, the only Chicken Little.
Wow.
Himself. We got
Chicken Little's back.
Freckled Mamba behind the Mac, making all of the magic happen. Will in here, ready to talk ASU baseball. Make sure you hit that like button, you hit the subscribe button, and you drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. Erik, I think this show is going to have literally everything. It's going to have Arizona State baseball discussion. It's going to have men's basketball therapy. It's going to have Keyshaun Elliott in Indy at the 2026 NFL Combine. And honestly, it started off with a bad pun from you off rip.
And Totri's going to do a little dance later in the show. So stay tuned for that.
We're making promises. We're making promises
Yeah.
of a little dance.
You're saying it. You said, I can't wait to do my little dance on the show.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what I got for a little dance.
If we get 20 likes.
If we get 20 likes, I'll do a little dance.
Totri will do a little dance.
I'll do the same dance that I do every morning when I start my coffee machine.
Do you do a dance?
I do, every morning.
Wait, actually?
Every morning when I hear the sound of the coffee machine, I do a little dance.
This is fascinating.
In the kitchen, for sure. So yeah, if we get 20 likes,
please.
If we get 20 likes, it's nothing crazy. It's not like I'm going to start breakdancing or anything.
But like, I need to know, like, I need that image in my head.
Yeah, okay, well, if we get 20 likes, you'll get that image.
What a show.
Yeah, what a show. And of course, you have to start it off hot, right? You got to start it off the way that Arizona State baseball has started this 2026 campaign, and that is on an absolute heater. 8-0 to start the year. It was 7-0 before they took the Oklahoma Sooners out back last night, and did the things that they needed to do. 15-3, they mercy ruled them. They ruled
that
them.
game ended sooner.
God, just so many bad puns at all times. 15-3 over the number 13 team in the nation. Are you kidding me? Like, look. I think when we looked at this stretch that Arizona State was set to have, right? You had the Oklahoma matchup yesterday. You get Oklahoma again here in a few short hours. Apologize if you're listening on audio and it has already transpired. Then you've got,
especially if they lost,
another trio of SEC opponents, right? You got Mississippi State, you got Tennessee, you got A&M right after that. 3 really good programs overall. That 5-game stretch, when we were going into it, we're like, hey, if you can get 3-2, like that would be, in my mind, almost best case scenario, right? Is if you can leave that with a winning record. The way that you have started now with a 15-3 win over Oklahoma at their place, right? And we'll see what takes place here in a few short hours. But now, like, finishing 3-2 feels like, okay, that might be the floor of where you can get, depending on what you're able to do.
One game in.
What you're able to do again. Like this team has the number 13 in number 13 team in the country.
Can I give one more pun? Is that okay?
Fine, just one.
Looks like they said Oklahoma.
Ayrton, how do you deal with this?
It's not as bad on
multiple shows.
He's like talking to the brick wall right now. That's when his puns come to me.
I don't really do this as much on Suns.
Yeah.
This is more of like an ASU thing.
Yeah, just a
I get real goofy.
Free-spirited.
Yeah, I get real silly and goofy. I think it's sitting next to you. I get real silly and goofy.
Yeah.
They beat Oklahoma silly yesterday. It was, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. This is Blind Mouse baseball here. That was a very impressive game from Willie Bloomquist Sun Devils. I mean, Oklahoma, like you said, like on the road, a top 15 team in the country, but it wasn't just the fact that they won. And it wasn't just the fact that they mercy ruled them, which they did. This game ended in 7 innings. That second inning, they put belt to ass, bat to ball, and they did not look back. And Oklahoma, now look, what I don't understand from Oklahoma's manager is leaving their pitcher in who gave up 8 runs in 2 innings. I watched, I went and rewatched the highlights this morning, and there were comments on the video, and somebody was like, I was watching this game with
screaming in the comments.
No, literally.
Take him out.
There was somebody said I was
walk to the mound, damn it.
So he said I was watching this game with my kid.
Oh no.
And my kid turned to me and asked, why is this guy still pitching?
Now, I need you to do it in like a child's voice.
Dad?
Yeah.
Why is this guy still pitching? Well, son, usually they take him out when they gave up 8 runs in 2 innings. So I don't know why he's still
pitching. We don't even got to say 8 runs in 2 innings. Homie gave up 8 runs in the 2nd inning.
Can I have some cotton candy?
Not till they take him out, son.
Dad, why does Oklahoma
Oh,
suck?
my goodness. Yeah, I mean, 8 runs in that 2nd inning, 6 runs in the 3rd inning. Like, by the time the 3rd inning was over, this game was done.
Yeah, and, Oklahoma responded a little bit after ASU.
Do we call it a response?
I mean, a little bit. Like, they did technically respond.
They responded in the 2nd inning or the 4th inning where they got a single run?
It's like I punched you in the face, and then you came and, poked me in the arm. Like,
is that a response, though?
It's a response. It's not a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's fair. That's technically a response.
I think the really impressive part is, at least with this season, we're going to focus on the bats. 15 runs this game, 16 runs against St. John's, 9 runs 2 games earlier.
They had 17 runs earlier.
17 against UConn, 11 versus Omaha in their 2nd game. I mean, their lowest scoring was against St. John's 3-1, right? So, they only gave up 1 run. It's the pitching for me. Only 3 runs allowed against Oklahoma.
It's the pitching for me. That's how I heard
it. In 2 out of the 3 games against St. John's, they only gave up 1 run. The UConn game, they gave up 7, but they scored 17. They kept Omaha 5 or under in all 3 of the games they had at the start of the series. The pitching has been incredible considering what we expected out of the team, because last year the pitching left some to be desired, right?
Yeah.
The ASU feels like they've always had good bats. This year, it's the combination of both that makes them so dangerous. Because not only did you put up 15 runs, but it's not like Oklahoma scored 8. This game wouldn't have been over in 7 innings if Oklahoma had put up a couple more runs. They had a chance.
Yeah.
But no, you mercy ruled them because you kept them on the road under 5 runs. I mean, that's just impressive.
It's more than impressive. It went along with the tweet, right? This is a team that at this point in time has shown you everything. They've shown you that they can win in blowout fashion. They've shown you that they can win in a low-scoring, back-and-forth pitching duel. They can do it any way, and this team needs a number next to their name.
Sure.
Right? This isn't anymore a point of conversation of they just need one more. They need to show us that they can beat this team, or they need to show us that they could do this. They went in SEC country, and they snatched the Sooners' chain, and then went back to their hotel and said, we'll see you tomorrow. Right? They did it in seven innings. That's all it took.
Yeah.
Right? And you want to talk about the bats, you want to talk about the pitching, let's talk about the coaching, right? Yeah. Let's talk about what Willie Bloomquist has been able to accomplish in the first 8 games of the season. If Arizona State wins today, if they beat Oklahoma, they'll sweep them, right? If they sweep them, they'll be 9-0 for the 3rd time in the last 16 years. 3rd time in the last 16 years. The other 2 times were in 2019 and 2010. That's how long it has been since Arizona State has had a miraculous start to the baseball season the way that they've done. And again, there are still some juggernauts in their way.
This stretch here,
Oklahoma is going to respond today.
Sure, Oklahoma's a good team. And like Will said in the chat, they were saving some of their bullpen for today's game. I'm sure they're not going to be thrilled about it. Mississippi State was top 5 team in the country. Tennessee's a good team. Texas A&M is a good team. And those are all at neutral fields, right? You want a number next to your name? Well, you can go earn it.
Yeah.
You have that opportunity ahead of you. And there is a conversation to be had about okay, Willie Bloomquist got extended before the year.
Looks great, by the way.
Sure, it does.
Rossini,
that looks great.
That looks phenomenal to start the season.
And I think from a coaching or from a managerial standpoint, you don't overthink things when you're every single decision that I make might cost me my job. And I think in baseball...
So are you saying that Bobby Hurley should have gotten an extension?
We'll talk about basketball later. But in baseball, I think it's a little bit different than in basketball because basketball is such a more free-flowing game. As a baseball manager, you take your guy out at the wrong time for a pitching change. You pinch hit the wrong guy. You make one wrong personnel decision, And the game can flip in an instant.
Yeah.
Especially in college baseball. It's so like fickle. Like things can change so fast. And so when you're more free flowing, when you're less worried about things, like you can not overthink things and just go with your gut and your instinct. But if you don't have a contract extension, you're a lame duck coach, and then at that point you start questioning your instinct.
Yeah.
Right. And so you've seen that with ASU so far this season. And Will in the chat also says the only runs given up by a starter not named Easton Barrett are 4 solo home runs and a 2-run home run. That's it. Pitching's been immaculate.
Yeah.
Like giving up runs it's not all created equal in baseball. Right, if you give up a lot of contact, a lot of base runners, a lot of doubles, which is what Oklahoma did, by the way. There was double after double after double after double after double.
There were a lot of homers too.
A lot of homers too. But that's when okay, like the contact, like that's the problem with pitching. You're giving up a lot of contact. This pitching is not giving up a lot of contact. Now, when they are, sometimes it leads to home runs. That's baseball. It is what it is. But they're not giving up a lot of contact. And if you can extrapolate that over the entire season, like this is going to be a very good team. This was their first road game all year.
Yeah.
The previous 7 games had all been at home, and quite frankly, not great teams. Right? Now, teams that win
teams historically that have been good.
Sure,
that
but like
absolutely have been good. And again, teams that went to Tucson and
beat the crap out of it. But like that's like beating us.
But I don't think we can just qualify like a good team with you have to have a number next.
No, I'm just saying like you're 7-0, but it's not like okay, you went through this murderous row of a schedule. I'm not saying that they're playing.
That's a better way to.
They're playing little league, right?
Yeah.
But they're not. They haven't been playing who they're going to be playing the next 4 games and what they played yesterday, right? And so you now have this opportunity and today to follow up. If you can sweep Oklahoma and make the people who rank them or who rank teams go, okay, get it? There's another pun. Okay. Then you are making a statement. And also in the comment section of the video with all the highlights, Mississippi State fans were like, I'm worried. They're like, I'm worried about playing ASU.
Yeah, and they should
like
be.
ASU is legit.
Yeah, they absolutely should be. Raymond in the chat says managing a baseball is a different skill set than coaching in other sports. Shout out Bloomquist. He's putting his guys in position to excel across the diamond. 1,000%, right? And you bring up the pitching. It's been obviously a topic of conversation here throughout the entire season in the chat. But like Oklahoma is not just like an average baseball team, right? Again, they scored 3 runs yesterday. You look at what Oklahoma has done to start their season, right? That was their first loss, by the way. They're 7-0 going into that game. They beat Texas Tech to open the year, 10-3. Mind you, these are all Big 12 teams that I'm about to rip off here. Beat Texas Tech 10-3. Beat Oklahoma State 10-1. Beat TCU, a ranked TCU team at the time, 12-2. They run ruled them. They beat New Mexico State 10-6. They beat Coppin State 22-1. They beat Coppin State the next day 24-0, and then they beat Coppin State that final day 11-0.
Poor Coppin State.
Poor Coppin State, man, just bad. They gave up 46, 57 runs in 3 games.
Do you ever consider that like people actually go to these schools?
Yeah. I
like
mean,
somebody's like, oh,
Coppin, whatever.
I currently attend Coppin State.
Is it Coppin or Coppin? Does anybody know? I'm the dean of Coppin University. Coppin State.
Totri?
Yeah, Totri.
Clip that.
Yeah.
Clip that.
Like they've been scoring
they're
runs
a good team.
just ridiculously. Not a single game this season like where they've scored less than 10 runs.
Well, I think today's game is going to be really interesting because, I mean, look, baseball is such an interesting sport because you could have a game where you win 15-3 the game before, and then the next day you get shut out. Like that, like baseball can sometimes just play that way. You got different pitchers out there. Sometimes you put the different lineup out there, different type of momentum. It is what it is.
Yeah, I feel like if you want to equate baseball for all the folks in the chat that aren't like avid baseball watchers
like us,
I would say it's the equivalent of being single and going to the bars and shooting your shot. Some nights it's gonna be great. Some nights it's gonna be like, yeah, I mean, I no hitter,
swing and a miss,
no hitter tonight, like
a perfect game against me,
right? Right. And then there are gonna be nights out there where it's just like, man, strikeout, just not your night, right? Like I feel like that is the equivalent of.
And then you get hit
baseball.
by a pitch.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. Then you start throwing hands. You know the.
Well, I don't know if you start throwing hands. I don't think that's acceptable. I don't think that's acceptable.
No,
I don't think that's acceptable.
No, I mean if you're competitive, right, for the love of the game, sometimes you do what you got to do. No, like I feel like that's the way to put it for college baseball, right? Like sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not. But Arizona State, to this point in the season, like they have rallied, right? They have shown that they are a team that can get it done any type of way. in this most recent performance against Oklahoma for me was evidently the most important one, because you were able to get it done in blowout fashion against a really, really good team, right? A team that, like, again, top 25 team, a team that'll certainly be in the postseason, the end of the year, a team in one of the better baseball conferences, right, in the SEC. And I know it was a rough day for really the entire SEC in college baseball yesterday. I think 4 of the top 6 teams had lost, dropped games. So that is what it is. But yeah, today's game will be interesting.
Win today. Like, win today, because...
What are you saying if they win today?
I'm not going to say anything different than what I've said before. The team should be ranked. They're a dangerous team. I mean, there is a chance if they beat the crap out of Oklahoma, then you are looking at these next 3 games, State, Tennessee, and A&M, and saying, can you go 3-0? Like, can you continue this undefeated streak this season? Because if they win today, then they're 9-0. And then if they win the next 3, then they'd be 12-0 going into LMU. Like, if you could do that, you might be, if you can win today, then you're a good enough team to win out the next 3 games at Globe Life Field. Yes. I think if you can sweep Oklahoma on the road, okay? I'm not saying they will. I'm just saying they have the talent level to do so. And then if you are able to do that, if you can get undefeated through non-con and undefeated and going into March 10th against Arizona,
yeah.
I mean, you're looking at I think you're probably looking at a top 10 team.
I think this should be a top 15 team right now.
I mean, if you're undefeated through non-con, you're looking at a top 10.
Tell me this isn't a top 15 team right now.
I'm not as up to date with the rest of the baseball.
Screw the rest of baseball. We're talking about Arizona State. We're talking about a historic program that's 8-0, that's on fire, that is, I mean, just went to the SEC and absolutely beat the brakes off of Oklahoma. Right? They'll probably do it again today. Every other team that they've played, they've been scoring 16, 17 runs, right? Even in the games where it hasn't been a ridiculous, raining runs, they're finding ways to get the job done. The pitching looks great. The offense looks phenomenal. The coaching from Willie and company has been lights out. This team deserves to be a top 15 team in the country, and I will wait for someone to prove me wrong.
Okay. I mean, I think they should be ranked. I'm not as up to date with like the entirety of college baseball as a whole, so I'm not going to go out there and be like, boom, got to be in the top 15. I think if you win today, though.
Get on board.
If you win today. Okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
That's all I need.
I should have gone on board sooner.
Yeah. Things I can't say to you, Erik. David asking what time is the game. It's 3:00 AZ time. So
I believe it's on SEC, the SEC network.
SEC network or SEC Plus or whatever the hell they have.
Yeah, SEC Plus, or you can listen on KAZG 1440 AM. I doubt you can get that locally.
You could try.
Oh, actually, no, you can. Wait, no, that is local. You can get ASU Radio Network.
Okay, come on, be better. Be better, Erik.
Yeah.
Okay? Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. Let us know, does Arizona State get it done today? Do they advance to 9-0 for the first time since 2019 and the third time since 2010? Let us know in the chat. We'll see you on the other side of our first.
We all know that Arizona State is the #1 school in innovation, so leave it to 3 ASU alumni to found Pure Edibles and innovate edibles like nobody else has done before. In more ways than one, Totri. Not only do they not taste like weed, they actually taste like candy, because Pure is a full-fledged candy company, which is unlike every other edible. They also tell you exactly how you're going to feel. Every time that I used to walk into a dispensary before Pure Edibles, you would look at the gummies and they would say indica, sativa, hybrid, and you'd get a general idea on how you'd feel. But you wouldn't know for sure. With Pure Edibles, they label it as sleepy, uplifted, balanced, relaxed, focused.
You know exactly what you're going to get.
You know exactly what you're going to get. Plus, they're easy to rip or bite in half, making them easily shareable or easy to dial in your exact dose. So go find yourself some Pure Edibles products from one of the over 130 dispensaries across Arizona.
Look, we have a bunch of partners here at PHNX that try and help you guys save money on a daily basis. In Circle K, well, they've been at it for quite some time with Inner Circle. It is their free membership program that is trying to help you save money every single time you pull up to a Circle K location. All you have to do, go to the App Store, download the app, enter your email and phone number, and that's it. That is literally all it takes to be a part of Circle K's Inner Circle. And then the deals and the savings, well, they are going to start coming your way. The next time you pull up to a participating Circle K location. Type in your phone number into the pump, and you guys are going to save 25 cents off on your first 5 fill-ups. Again, as a new member of Inner Circle, and then every single day after that, you guys can save about 5 cents as well. You could save on drinks, you could save on snacks, you could save on pretty much anything at Circle K. Join Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. And Rubus, head over to gophnx.com and click that Die Hard tab, because guess what?
What?
We're running a deal, because of course we are, right? This is a perfect opportunity if you have been waiting for a sale to sign up to become a PHNX diehard. Well, here is your invitation. $36. That's it for 1 full year. Of course, you are going to get full NFL Combine coverage all week long. You're getting complete access to our draft guide, which includes scouting reports, prospect breakdowns, analysis of those prospects, and of course, you're getting a free t-shirt from the PHNX locker.
Boom.
So
It's easy.
go phnx.com. You can click the Die Hard tab. You can scan that right there for more info, or go phnx.com/intro to sign up to become a PHNX diehard.
In the words of a philosopher, oh, we're halfway there. I mean, kind of. We're 9 out of 20 away from getting to the likes to make Totri do a little dance.
Do a little dance.
If we get 20 likes, Totri does a little dance. We got enough people in chat.
I do
to
the same little dance that I do every morning.
I want to see Totri's little dance.
Yeah. It's
So
just,
please hit the like button.
it's just a little dance. It's nothing crazy.
Not for the show, but for the dance.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, we talked about good stuff.
Yes, we just got another like. Boom.
Boom. Okay. Do you want to talk about some not so good stuff?
Not really.
Well, look, I'll put it like this. ASU baseball on fire.
Yeah.
ASU men's basketball
Mm-hmm.
on fire.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey.
Call the fire department because ASU basketball dropped another one, this time to the TCU Horned Frogs, 90-78. The Sun Devils now 14-14 on the year, the epitome of just average, and then 5-10 in the Big 12. Rubus, it happened again and again and again.
I mean,
again.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I
Color me shocked.
I definitely didn't say that this was going to happen after they beat Texas Tech. I definitely didn't say that.
No, you're right. You didn't. You said they were going to lose to.
It's.
You said they were going to lose to Baylor.
So
They lost to Baylor.
I think it's very funny to go from talking about baseball to talking about basketball, because
Funny like ha ha, or funny like
you see,
ha ha ha.
you know
ha.
what I mean,
Like Kawhi Leonard funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I think of when you say funny in ASU men's basketball. That's what I think of.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting hard to talk about this team.
Really, I find it super easy. I find it super
No,
easy to
don't
continue
okay.
to go ahead.
It's easy because it's easy to talk about it because what is happening is like easy to explain.
Yeah,
It is hard to talk about because it's
painful.
depressing.
It's painful.
It's depressing and it's painful.
Yeah.
It's almost okay.
Here we go.
And this might sound
Metaphor incoming
No, come on. This might sound stupid
from you.
from me.
No.
I almost would rather
Stop
they
it.
didn't beat Texas Tech.
What? See, stop it. This is where people get they don't want the team to be good. They don't want the team to have good wins, because here we are 2 games later and you're saying, no,
okay,
no,
hear me out.
Let me finish. They beat Texas Tech, number 13 team in the country. We're like, yeah, they got a big win, right? Bob was due. They can win. They can go to the tourney. All they got to do is, strap up their boots and go to work, and they can beat this team, that team, the other team. Anthony's going to be crawling on his hands and knees to DFA, bleeding out of his kneecaps in no time, apologizing to Bob.
You just called yourself Anthony.
That's what we were talking about. I don't call myself by my last name. That would be super weird. Like, that's what we were talking about after they beat Texas Tech. Here we are a week later, and Eric's saying, I wish they didn't even beat them. I wish they went 0-28.
So obviously in the moment, I wouldn't say that. And what is frustrating about it, and maybe if other people in the chat can see where I'm coming from, It's not that I don't
Nobody can see where you're coming from. You're the only one wearing sunglasses in here, man.
It's not that I wouldn't want them to win in a vacuum, because I do. I'm rooting for ASU men's basketball. I want them to succeed. I want them to be a good program.
Sounds exactly like someone who doesn't want them to win.
I get frustrated watching a team that is able to beat a top 15 team in the country not be able to put it together. And if it happened once, okay. If it happened twice, okay. If it happened during 1 year, okay. It's year 11. And it's like, it's so frustrating because after they beat Texas Tech, two shows later, I'm talking about how like there's no way they beat Baylor.
Yeah.
Because that's just what they've proved. And then they didn't. And it's like you have a friend.
Here we go.
Who
told you, metaphor incoming.
Is like, I could totally survive stepping in front of this train.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey,
this is where we're going.
Like, don't step in front of the train.
Yeah. Like, you're not going to be able
to. And then like you know, they're like, hey, I'm having a good week.
Yeah.
Right? And like they survived the train, but like they're always messed up from it. But they're like, oh, I've had a good week. I'm doing great. I got a new job. Like everything's on the upswing.
This is
and then
post,
you're like,
this is
you're
post
like, stop.
Train.
You're like, stop. Like your things are going well. Don't walk in front of the train. And then you have to watch there. You're like Clockwork Orange with your eyelids peeled open, having to watch your friend who you're rooting for, who finally got a little momentum. They finally got that job interview. They finally started working their first shift. They finally started dating some. Like they finally got a house. Like they're finally moving. Like they finally start getting on track.
Is this like,
then they go and they walk in front of the train.
Is this like what's it called? A magic 8-ball where I can like shake you and get a new metaphor?
Yeah, you could try here.
Okay.
So what this is like
is... Come on, rip it. Let's see what you got.
Let's imagine that you're a parent, right?
I'm a parent.
You're a parent.
Wow.
And you have a kid.
We're getting serious. I'm a daddy.
So you have a kid, right?
Okay.
You have a kid.
Just
That's
one.
What happens when
just
you're
one.
a parent? You have a kid.
No, I got that.
You have a couple kids, okay?
Couple kids.
Hey, let's say.
Jeez,
so those kids are all
really
they're all
escalated.
In school.
Yeah.
They're all in school.
Yep.
Okay. And they're all having different levels of success when it comes to academics.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? So one kid, we're gonna call this kid Kenny.
Kenny.
Okay. Kenny, their freshman year of high school, you know, they had a little trouble passing classes.
Yeah.
Like, they worked hard.
But it wasn't Kenny's fault.
Right. It was just like, oh, okay, maybe it's just the subjects, schools.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
a lot of change.
A lot of substitute
Younger for that class.
Yeah.
Right. No, I got it.
Youngest guy in his class.
Yeah.
And then now, like, Kenny's a junior, and you're like, oh, wow, Kenny has straight A's.
He's thriving.
Okay.
Soon to be valedictorian.
Then you have another kid.
Yeah.
Right. Your other kid's name is Molly.
Okay.
And Molly just transferred to school. And Molly was really, really successful, straight A's at her other schools, but now she's transferring into a more difficult school.
Yeah.
And she's getting all A's and like 1B every once.
Super happy.
Right? And you're just like, wow, Molly, great job.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Molly's getting ice cream.
Then you got Willie, right?
Then I got Willie. Okay.
Willie's a senior.
We churned him out, by the way.
So Willie,
we didn't just have a single kid. We ripped like 4.
Willie's a senior, okay? So Willie's a senior.
Willie's a senior.
And Willie
could have had senioritis.
Freshman and a sophomore year.
Yeah.
Was just nailing it.
Yeah.
Was straight A's. And then junior year, Willie mailed it in a little bit. Willie was maybe overthinking things and whatnot. And some C's. And then, you know, you got to finals and it's like, hey, you have like an 81 in the class. You need to get an 80 to keep a B. And then he went out there and got like a 72 and he dropped down to a C+, right? And you're like, oh, okay, come on, Willie. Like, you're about to graduate.
Be like Kenny, be like Molly, be like your brother and sister.
You're about to graduate. You're the oldest. Like, set an example. And now Willie's coming back and Willie hasn't missed a single question.
Huge. Huge. Right before college, too, for Willie.
And then you have Bobby.
Then I got Bob.
Bobby's been in high school for 8 years. And all the teachers say the same thing about Bobby.
Oh, God. What do the teachers say?
They say, we love Bobby.
Okay, wait. No.
They say Bobby's a great kid.
We make content here.
Wait,
I'm not the parent, you're the teacher.
Okay. So we're having our parent-teacher conference.
Yeah, parent-teacher conference.
Parent-teacher conference.
Okay, I'm Bob's dad.
Okay. And actually, this parent-teacher conference is going to happen on the other side of our second break.
Hey, Eric.
Hey.
Do the roar. Yeah, that's right. Look, you already know Phoenix, one of the best sports cities in America, but this spring, it's about to take it to a whole nother level. You're going to be hearing a whole lot of that roar because for the first time ever, NASCAR and NTT IndyCar Series are racing during the same weekend at where else? Phoenix Raceway, and you guys get a front row seat to it all. It's the kind of energy you really have to feel in person to understand. A bunch of different ticket options for you guys to, of course, check out, and you guys can watch the 2025 Cup Series champion Kyle Larson return to the track where he won it all just a couple months prior. NASCAR and NTT IndyCar Series weekend at Phoenix Raceway, March 5th through the 8th. So, limited time. Go check it out. Secure your seats now at the link in our description.
Did you say tickets?
I said tickets.
You know what I think of when I hear tickets?
Tell me.
Game Time.
Yeah.
It's always been Game Time because Game Time is an app that gives the advantage back to the fans. It's the hack for unlocking amazing tickets and experience in just a few taps. Incredibly easy to use. The Game Time guarantee means you can trust you'll get 100% authentic tickets on time and for the best price. Plus, there's no hidden fees. That's always my biggest pet peeve when I had gone to buy tickets before Game Time is I'd open up an app. I'd be like, oh, we can afford this. We can go to this show. We can go to this NBA game. We can go to this comedy
And then
event.
the fees are the exact amount as the ticket.
And it's like, what are we doing here? Now with Game Time, I know what I'm getting.
Game
Plus,
Time?
they tell me, of course, the best deals that I can get. They have the lowest price guarantee, or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Take the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code PHNX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply, but again, create an account, redeem code PHNX for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. We are getting silly and goofy, realistic here on PHNX Sun Devils. Please hit the like button. We are 8 away from Totri doing a little dance. I can't imagine a more perfect show for Totri to do a little dance than this.
I'll tell you what, I'm not doing it at 19.
We have enough people in the chat. We need to get to 20.
We do.
Just hit the like button. It's free. And so is this, and so is this content that you're getting, okay?
Yeah.
So, just to set the scene.
So, quick recap.
To set the
I'm a
scene.
father of 4. My children, Kenny, Molly, and Willie, are exceeding in life.
They've had their ups and downs.
Yeah, of course, because who hasn't, right?
But right now, they're all acing it.
First off, I've done a great job parenting, is what I will say.
So far.
Outside of my eldest, Bob.
Yeah, Bob.
Yeah.
Okay? So
Recapping.
So
high
I'm
school,
the teacher.
8 years.
In high school for 8 years.
Wow.
And now we're having a parent-teacher conference.
Is this our first time that we're meeting in year 8
No.
after he doubled up and he should have graduated 2 times over?
There's been a cycle through.
There's been a cycle. Okay.
Okay. So, thank you for coming here today.
Yeah.
To talk about Bobby.
Mhm.
And I just want to say it first, Bobby's such a good kid.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Like Bobby is caring. Bobby tries hard. All the fellow students, they like Bobby, and not just because he's old enough to buy them vapes, but because
Wow. I didn't see that one getting there. Yeah. Okay.
sorry.
Yeah.
My
Hold
brain.
it together.
My brain, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Bobby's just a great kid, and the effort is there with Bobby.
Yeah.
Right?
He's always had great effort.
And you can't ask for more. Now,
You can.
Now, there have been some things with Bobby that I've heard from his other teachers.
Okay.
And, Bobby does get frustrated when things don't go his way.
Yes. Yeah.
And we've noticed that, that can distract him. And, as a teacher, I've noticed this pattern with Bobby. And I'm wondering if there's maybe anything going on at home that that can maybe be indicative of this pattern, because it's not just the frustration, but I think the frustrating part with Bobby is, every once in a while he'll ace a test, and it'll be like the hardest test in the class.
Yeah.
And I'll think to myself, Bobby's been struggling. I don't know how he's gonna do on this test. And then boom, he gets like a 92 out of 100 on one of the most difficult tests of the year. And you get excited. And then the next test, it's a pop quiz. It's 5 questions. It's pretty simple. And he gets 0 5.
Yeah.
And his grade just overall hasn't been good enough. And, we're kind of thinking here, maybe it's time for Bobby to drop out of school
Wow.
and go to trade school.
Yeah. Go to trade
There's nothing
school.
wrong. And look, that's okay. Some people, their strengths are different. And maybe the strength for Bobby just isn't here at this specific school.
Yeah. Well, look, one thing I will say, right, is our other kids, right? Of course.
Yes,
Kenny,
Willie, Molly, Kenny.
Yeah.
Yes. Everybody knows Willie,
Yeah.
Molly.
And they're, great kids. They're all great kids,
Yeah.
right? Like you said, Bobby is a great kid.
Bobby's a great kid.
Yeah. Robert's a great kid.
Robert's a
We
great
call him at home,
Yeah.
right? So I think, again, there are other parents, that think that, maybe we're a little strapped for cash at home, right? And that maybe we're only giving the really awesome notepads and, you know, books and everything to the other three, right?
Okay.
But that's not the case. And what I will tell you at home is when it comes to Bobby, you're right. When it comes to my son, Robert, it has a lot to do, I think, with you mentioned he can just show up one day and ace the hardest test. And then there are times where basic math equations get thrown in front of him and it's, you know, he's writing answers to a science test.
And he's taken this class 3 years in a row.
Yeah, I think it has more to do with the fact, Professor Oates, that he just he doesn't necessarily apply himself in terms of studying and having some sort of routine and doing the necessary research. It has nothing to do with the resources. It has to do with what he does with the resources at hand. So we'll have that conversation with Robert at home. And we'll ultimately see, you know, if trade school is best. Maybe we send him to a military academy.
Maybe just a change of scenery.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's been at the same school for a long time. Some of the same teachers. Not a lot of the same students are here as when he started.
Yeah. They're actually graduated college at this point in time. They're full-blown adults.
And maybe, just maybe, being at the same school as all of his siblings who are finding success, maybe it's just
for 11 years.
Maybe it's just putting an unfair pressure on Robert. And so, you know, let's talk. If let's say at the end of this semester, you know, things are how they are.
Let me stop you right there, Professor Oates. He's not going to be back for another year.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not going to be back for another year at this school.
But, you know, I think it might just be best for both parties involved.
Yeah, I think so too. See, I'm so happy that I shook the magic 8 ball one more time.
That was way better. That was way
to get that.
better.
See, I just gotta push you.
Way better.
We just gotta push each other to be the best of our ability, right?
Shake it again. So imagine you running a quiz.
Look, man, that's fair. I think it's all fair.
I feel like that's like pretty that's
pretty
actually
accurate.
Like pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Right? Not to like pat myself on the back.
No, you did a solid job.
But I feel like that's captured kind of how I feel. And again, it's unfair kind of to Bobby that you look around at all these other programs at ASU and it's like, man. Like,
first comment on this, by the way, is going to be, why are you comparing other sports?
I don't care.
I know. I'm just letting you know.
If you don't like that, at least appreciate how we did it. Okay? Because we didn't. Nope. I promise you this.
Here we go.
I promise you this.
Nobody else.
There's not another soul. There is not another show on this planet. The entire, apparently underestimated 8 billion people on the world.
Yeah.
There is not another combination of 3 people in one room that would ever
do what we just did.
Ever come up with what we just came up with.
Yeah, sometimes I watch ASU basketball and I wish that they would put that level of thought into like the game plan, you know?
If that doesn't deserve a like, please, we're just 5 away. We're 5 away. Please.
Look, let's take a look at what went wrong for ASU men's basketball. With a look at the numbers, okay? Of course, the only number, Erik, dude. Oh. Oh, my goodness. The only number that matters is that final score, okay? TCU outdueled Arizona State 90-78. Both these teams shot pretty equal from the floor. ASU shooting nearly 46. Oh my gosh, TCU shot 42%. Okay, this is where it all went wrong. Where it all went wrong right here. ASU shot an abysmal 5 of 20 from three-point land. TCU not significantly better, but 34.8% from three-point land. Neither team shot well from the charity stripe. 73.9% for ASU, 70% on the dot for the Horned Frogs. TCU did out-rebound ASU 40-34. Assist numbers were pretty equal, 22-21. Anything there or outside of that really sticks out to you, Rubus?
What went wrong for the Sun Devils? I mean, the three-point shot, it's just non-existent. I mean, I talked about it against Baylor, right? Where they hit one shot outside of the paint in the second half. It's completely unacceptable. And I get it. Like, I I cover a team in the Phoenix Suns that have a crazy 3-point variance, right? And when they're missing threes, it's like, man, like what can they do? I think the problem with Arizona State is that they have never really been able to shoot threes at all this season. And that's been a really frustrating part of it. You know who's shooting the highest 3-point percentage on the team?
It's got to be Mo, right?
It's Mo Odom at 38.2%, right? Grabovich is at 35.8%. Okay. Doesn't take a lot, though. 33% for Pig Johnson, 32% for Noah Mewson, 31% for Bryce Ford, who doesn't play anymore, 29.6% for Marcus Adams, who doesn't play anymore. Masamba Diop is at 28.6%. Al McCabe at 25%. Santiago Truitt's at 18%. Like, this is bad. Like, it's bad, right? Mo Odom's a fine 3-point shooter. A fine 3-point shooter. But it's just not good enough.
I mean, they gave up 90 points.
I mean, Mo's made 79 threes on 38% shooting this year. He's taken 207. The next highest in as far as 3-pointer attempts is 100 less at Andrei Grabovich, who's attempted 106 so far this season, and he's made 38.
Yeah, I mean, hit the like button if you heard this before. It's not good enough, right? Like, it was a tight first half, and then you get to the second half, and Erik, they gave up a 57-point half.
Is that bad?
College basketball. Not a lick of defense.
Which is supposed to be this, like, if you can't shoot threes, you got to play defense.
Right? That's the thing. That's the thing that we've talked about, whereas, like, hey, in the Bobby era, while there have been issues with this, that, or the other, the one thing that you maybe could hang your hat on is that this team, night in, night out, is going to give you some semblance of defense. That was just completely not the case whatsoever. Like, TCU shot 66.7% from three-point land in the second half. Shot 53% from the floor in the second half of that game. They couldn't miss. ASU wasn't playing any semblance of defense whatsoever. And, like, it was a pathetic effort.
I mean, ASU trailed for 78% of the game.
And what I will say, TCU didn't play defense either. They just scored more points.
No.
Like, ASU scored, 48 points?
But it didn't have to. It was working for them. Their largest lead was 19. They led 78% of the time. ASU's largest lead was 4, and that was in the first half, earlier in the first half. ASU fouled more than TCU fouled. They hit 11 less free throws. They took. You know how many free throws TCU took?
I think I saw 24.
40.
Okay, I was wrong.
TCU took 40 free throws, and they only hit 28 of them. They left 12 points at the free throw line, and they won by 12. They scored 90. TCU could have easily scored 100 points.
Yeah.
Easily.
That's how bad the defensive performance was.
17 offensive rebounds for TCU to ASU's 8. Like, the steals, TCU had 10 steals to ASU's 3. Hey, blocks, though. ASU had 6 blocks to TCU's 4. So, yeah. TCU only got up 3 more shots than ASU, and it was 3 more threes, and they scored 12 more points. TCU actually hit 1 less field goal than ASU. Now, of course, the free throws, I mean, I guess they go in there for field goal attempts and for made shots, but it's not great.
No, not great, Bob.
Not great, Bob.
Look, what I will say is it's over.
Yes.
Okay. Completely done.
La La Land is barren.
Yeah.
La La Land has burned down.
You've woken up from La La Land and you've realized that you have just been held captive, right? I think that's what it is, and you're a science project.
And you ask yourself, what?
You're like, oh my gosh, La La Land's not real, right? It's a figment of my imagination. What I will say, you got Utah next up in 3 days, then you got Kansas, then you got Iowa State. Effort. That's what you want to see, right? You just want to see some semblance of effort down the stretch.
You want to see them pull off a wins. I will still stand by the fact they're absolutely beating Kansas at home.
Still,
Bobby's
still
final
standing on
game.
that one.
What happened to Bob? Robert just failed two pop quizzes.
He's going to ace his final test.
He just failed 2 pop quizzes. He might fail the next one against Utah.
No, he didn't fail 2 pop quizzes. It was Baylor and TCU. He failed a color in the lines test. That's what he failed.
No, that's Utah. Utah is the color.
Well, we'll see if Robert can color in the lines.
Utah is lunch.
Okay. He's just got to get to lunch.
He's got to get through lunch.
Okay.
And then you've got AP Calculus coming up in Kansas, and Bobby's about to ace that test, his final test. He's going to ace the final in AP Calculus, and then he's not going to graduate.
Well, look, let's ace this show by talking some ASU football, specifically Keyshaun Elliott, on the other side of our final break. Look, there are needs in life and there are wants, and sometimes, just like today, you guys are going to hear about something that falls smack dab in the middle of a need and a want. And of course, we're talking about Mountain America Credit Union's My Style checking account. Everybody needs a checking account, and everybody wants one that's got those built-in perks and benefits just for them. And that's exactly what you're going to get with the My Style checking account. You guys can enjoy restaurant deals, mobile phone protection, telehealth access, identity protection, loan rate discounts, offers on travel and events, and more. Make sure you make My Style your lifestyle over at Mountain America Credit Union. And if you support those Arizona State Sun Devils, well, so does Mountain America Credit Union, because home of Kenny Dillingham's Arizona State Sun Devil football team is none other than Mountain America Stadium. Make sure you visit macu.com/mystyle to apply. Insured by NCUA. Membership required based on eligibility. Some benefits require no cost registration/activation. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
From the window! Window Depot's got them all. That's right, baby. The Window Depot, they've got everything. It's not just windows, but they got doors, skylights, cabinets, countertops, sinks, and more. In stock and ready for pickup. Whether you want to go to any of their 7 Arizona locations or you want to go to thewindowdepot.com to browse their selection. The best part is no membership required, tons of inventory, and of course, low prices. It's why contractors love the Window Depot, because if you're doing a big build, well, you can get big quantities for small prices. Or let's say you're just, renovating your kitchen, or you have a small DIY project. Well, you could just go to the Window Depot and boom, you are good. Plus, they have in-store designers to help you customize your space at no extra cost. From cabinets to countertops, they make it simple. The Window Depot is more than just a window store. Visit thewindowdepot.com to get started on your next project today, or visit their 7 Arizona locations.
Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review.
What a show.
Wherever you
This might be my favorite show we've done all year.
Really?
Yeah, this is awesome.
Wow.
I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
And we hit 21 likes now.
We did. We
get
are
to 2
having,
dances.
no, I'm just going to do the one dance, but I'll do it on our way out of the show. I'll have you tag out of the show while I do the
While
dance.
you're doing the dance?
Does that work?
Perfect,
Does that work for you? Ayrton, how do you feel about the show?
This is definitely a show.
Yeah, definitely a
It's
program.
definitely
I
a
don't
show.
think this is Ayrton's cup of tea.
Really?
As far as how programs go.
Yeah.
It's good to spread your wings.
Yeah.
Get a little bit of experience
Fly.
doing everything.
That's what we're doing. We're flying. And so is Keyshaun Elliott at the 2026 NFL Combine. Of course, linebackers they go earlier in the week as it relates to, overall performances. Somebody who's one of the 4 Sun Devils that was invited to the 2026 NFL Combine. I know we spent some time, of course, talking about Jordan Tyson, who's not going to be participating in a lot of the on-field workouts and the overall testing. But Keyshaun Elliott is, right? And he's somebody that if you take a look at what he did throughout his college career, has just been an absolute animal. He's been a tackling machine. Erik, for you, you've always been somebody that has really kind of hung your hat on. You believe Keyshaun Elliott is somebody that's worthy of an NFL roster spot.
Yeah.
And if you take a look at the numbers, like coupled with what you saw on the field, what makes you confident in that?
It's just how he carries himself, right? He carries himself like an impactful football player. And the numbers, like you mentioned, they do stand out. I mean, he led the team in sacks this year. He had 11.5 over his college career. I believe 7 of those came this year, right? So he's added an element to his game recently. 301 total tackles, 154 solo tackles, 1 forced fumble, 1 interception. I think a really good mark for a lot of defensive football players is that you sometimes don't notice them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times, and at least for me, this is sometimes how I watch it, the defensive players that I notice the most are the ones that make mistakes. And then, of course, like big highlight plays, right? But big highlight plays happen way more rarely than mistakes happen. So you look at like the defensive line. If you're not actively paying attention to CJ fight, he could probably go unnoticed because he's just that good and he's not making mistakes.
Yeah.
Right? He's not getting beat. He's not getting pushed around. Keyshaun's not making mistakes. He's everywhere. He's always where you need to be as a tackler. He's always making the right read when it comes to actually rushing the passer and getting the sack. He can tackle out in space. He can group tackle. Like, he is very good at just about everything you need a linebacker to be. Do you have any, like, hesitations with him at the next level?
I think the only hesitation is probably what NFL draft folks are talking about, right? Where it's more so like the overall size. of Keyshaun Elliott when you're talking about an interior linebacker in today's day and age. Again, somebody that with the changing landscape of NFL defenses, you have to be the most versatile player on the field, right? At all times. I guess everybody kind of has to be when you're playing defense in today's age of the league. And he's somebody that, again, like somebody will take a chance on him, right? He mentioned at the podium that, teams were talking about him going as early as the end of day 2, which would be round 3, or as late as the very end of day, 3, which ultimately is round 7. So we'll see what transpires with Keyshaun Elliott throughout the draft process. But again, if you turn on the tape, you watch the guy, somebody who loves football, you hear him talk, somebody that just, this is what he does every single day. And he was actually asked a few questions at the podium about his time at ASU specifically, and ultimately how he feels ASU prepared him for this next part of his journey.
Yeah, you look at Arizona State, you look at a program that was, just 3-9 2 years ago. And now we're coming off, 2 years that we played in the first ever college playoffs, won the Big 12, our first year in it. You look at a coaching staff that's, they've came from smaller schools and now they're at Arizona State. A lot of people go to the portal, they're looking for, increases in pay or whatever it is. If you want to play football at this level, go somewhere to get developed. Arizona State has, some of the best, coaches in every position room. Our head coach is unbelievable program.
Something we've talked a lot about, right, is the overall development of players in Tempe at Arizona State, what you're able to really dig into. And he went in a little bit later, more so in like his position coach and AJ Cooper. And, I've been a big believer in AJ Cooper really since he got to ASU and what he's been able to do with that linebacker room. But somebody that works with the unit individually on, hey, like Keyshaun, this is what we can do as a program to help you evolve and take your game to the next level, but also what that player can do for the team, what it can do for the overall position room or the defense as a whole. And to hear him, talk that way at the podium on a national basis, giving some love to ASU and the coaching staff, again, I think just kind of continues to echo what we've been saying and what a lot of folks here in Tempe believe.
I know we're in kind of the world of instant gratification, and we got it with ASU football in 2024. I do think that we underrate how long it takes for a foundation to be built where, you have guys going to the combine and saying things like this. Well, you're not going to have 40 guys at the combine in 1 year. So it's kind of a slow trickle, right? You got to have slow trickle of wins and your football investment and your NIL. And, if Keyshaun is able to go at the end of the 3rd round, right, or sometime in the 4th round, we're around where Cam Scadaboo went, right? Which again, people are still paying attention to the draft at that point. It's not a minor deal. If he's able to do that, we talked a lot yesterday about Jordan Tyson, Max Ahanichor, Keith Abney, about these guys that are either certified first-round picks, borderline first-round picks.
Top 50 picks.
Yeah, top 50 picks, right? And how much that means for the program. But when you're going and you're pitching a kid in the portal, realistically, you can't go and be like, hey, we're going to put you in the first round of the NFL draft.
Yeah.
That's not unless you are pitching a top tier talent, a Marion Miller, a Reed Harris, right? That's where Jordan Tyson's going in the first round of the NFL draft really matters.
Yeah.
If you're pitching somebody from a smaller school, like Keyshaun Elliott was, and you say, look, Keyshaun Elliott just got drafted and he's making a name for himself on the Texans.
Yeah.
Right? Or,
hey, that would be nice. That'd be a good fit.
Hey, Max Ahanichor came in playing junior college.
Yeah.
And then he just went at the end of the 1st round, early 2nd round. Hey, Keith Abney came in. He committed here when he was in high school. And despite maybe some of the size issues and positional differences that he'll have to play in the NFL versus college, he just got taken at a top 40 pick.
Yeah.
Those are the guys that when you're pitching families, players that have NFL dreams, but let's be honest here, 1st round, it seems like it's off the table.
Yeah.
Those realistic pitches actually mean more than, hey, we had Jordan Tyson go in the 1st round, or hey, Sam Levitt revived not revived, but made his career come alive here, and he just went as a top 10 pick. That matters for only a very small percentage of the players that you're actually going to be recruiting.
Yeah, 1,000%. And it's funny you bring that up because Keyshaun was also asked about transferring to Arizona State and kind of how quickly that process came to fruition.
Yeah, Arizona State, when I went to transfer to Arizona State, it was one of the first schools that called me as soon as I got into the portal. Didn't even go on a visit. I was committed. So it just tells you about the coaching staff that they have there. My position coach and defense coordinator, unbelievable coaches. I wanted to go somewhere where I could get developed to play in this league. And, my coach, Coach Cooper, did an unbelievable job in terms of setting a process for me from when I first got there, looking at what I needed to work on as a player individually, but also, how I could help a team. So, I went to Arizona State for 2 years, got developed, and then put me in the position I'm in today.
I mean, that is free marketing.
Yep.
for the Arizona State football program. And again, you saw it, right? It's not something that these guys say and it's like, well, come on, let's be real, right? You saw it with Keyshaun.
Yeah.
You saw Jordan Crook's development, although at this point in time, right, it feels like it's going to be more of an uphill battle for him, unfortunately, to get to the league. I still believe he'll end up, signing somewhere as an undrafted free agent. You look at, Cyrus Fiaseu, what he's been able to do at Arizona State throughout his time. Martell Hughes, again, his progression, just looking at these linebackers in really how they've taken their game to the next level. It's been awesome to see again, and you got to give a lot of credit to the individual players, but also the coaches as well, and Brian Ward, the DC, and then of course, AJ Cooper as the linebacker.
Well, and then you look at who they went and got in the portal, right? Owen Long's one of the best players in the portal, let alone at his position. And you don't go get a guy like that if you can't say, hey, we have some proven success
for sure
at the linebacker position. Not just developing, but maintaining as well. Keyshaun Elliott is just a very good football player. Got invited to the combine. Not a lot of ASU players got invited to the combine. He was one of them. That's important for that position.
Yeah.
Right? So this is all nice. I know that these things might seem minor in the moment. Oh, Keyshaun Elliott speaking at the combine. Of course he's going to say nice things about AJ Cooper, about Kane Dillingham, about Arizona State. Why wouldn't he? I know that it seems very minute now, but it's like the small drop that eventually turns into a wave.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking at here, where Arizona State, maybe they got a little bit of the wave first, and now we're still building up. We're still getting to a point where we want this program to be long-term. And small little pushes like Keyshaun Elliott talking about this, Max Ahanich or draft buzz, even guys going out and transferring, Raleek Brown and Sam Levitt going to LSU in Texas, and guys leaving and getting paid more money. These are things that are these are pushes in the right direction for ASU, even if some of them don't seem like it.
Yeah.
And eventually all of those pushes, all of that momentum is going to turn to a big wave. And I think we're going to see that sometime over the next 5 years. I know people don't want to hear that because there's going to be a fun 5 years. I'm not saying it's going to be 5 years so you see success, but until you kind of see wow, all of these pieces are coming together at once. And now we're landing big local recruits and national recruits, big transfer portal guys. We're retaining our players.
Yeah.
Then I think we're going to start seeing such a consistent basis what we've been seeing now, not in moments, but not all the time.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And again, you bring up Keyshaun Elliott saying nice things about his time at Arizona State. One thing he didn't have to do was say nice things about where this program is at right now in terms of the roster, but that's exactly what he did. Asked about, the foundation, the culture at place, and really what's ahead for Arizona State. Did he leave it in a good spot? That's what he had to say.
Unbelievable. I mean, we had a big senior class, but the culture is that it's still there. They have a big portal class. They got a lot of players. They should be in the same exact position that we were in these past 2 years. So, a lot of hope for them, and I believe in that team a lot.
It says a lot what a player says when they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Cam is a big example of that. Right? Keyshaun and a lot of players who are leaving have nothing but positive things to say about ASU. It's one thing to say it while you're there. It's another thing to say it when you're gone.
1,000%. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to get out of here.
But
I'm going to do a little dance.
So
but this is what I'm going to do.
Can we put on the intro music?
The intro music doesn't sound anything like my coffee machine in the morning. Okay. So I wake up every morning, got this nice fancy coffee machine, turn it on, and when it's brewing coffee, it goes.
You want me to do that?
No, because you got to get us out of here. You got to get us out of here while I'm going to be doing it. But that's literally what it is. And you could ask my brother because I live with my brother.
Ayrton, why don't you go?
Yeah, Ayrton, if you wanna, I gotta find a way to get in frame here. Wow.
Yeah, just like that.
Let's see where are we at? Yeah, that's what I need you to do. Is this good enough back here?
Here, stand right here. Stand right here. Yeah, stand right here.
Okay.
Okay. You can follow the show at PHNX _Sun Devils. You follow him at Anthony_Totri. You can follow the Freckled Mama behind the Mac, making all the magic happen at Freckled Mama. You can follow me at ERIKRUVY. I don't want this show to end. I just want him to keep dancing. But we'll see you tomorrow. In the meantime, go Devils and peace.
We all silly like the mayor.